Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Hakimah binti Jasriza. I'm going to be the first presenter of these slideshow presentations. So I'm here. I'm going to give a little bit touch a little bit of enlighten on what is the electronic e-commerce system, and I'm going to elaborate a little bit about a risk related to the e-commerce system. And lastly, I'm going to give a little bit more explanation on what is the implication of the using this e-commerce system towards our accounting professions. So, without wasting our go get into our first task. Is an ad which involving the sale and buy of goods or services which using a platform on internet. So basically, people use this e-commerce system to do a transmission of data funds using electronic network. Okay, so basically, we can take an example of Lazada, for example, where people or individual go into that platform and search anything that they are interested to buy, and then you see that there will be a transmission of data. Then the supplier, that's why you receive the data of about what the customer, what's the individual interested to buy, and then there will be a transmission of a fund, whereas they're coming from the customer account, but the money will be on hold or pending until the customer receive the goods from suppliers. So basically, e-commerce system is the way the easy platform where you can buy or you can sell your own goods, and where you can find anything that you are interested to buy. Okay, so this is what e-commerce system is all about. E-commerce type. Okay, we have a several type of e-commerce. First of all is business to business, business to consumer, business to government, consumer to consumer, consumer to the business, and consumer to the government. Okay, for the type of e-commerce, we have business to business, business to consumer, business to government, consumer to consumer, consumer to the business, and consumer to the government. Basically, for business to business is the transaction between the wholesaler and retailer. Okay, for business to business is the transaction between manufacturer to a manufacturer and retailer to retailer. Or in other words, we say that business related between the companies and companies. For the business to consumer is the transaction between a manufacturer to a customer or retailer to a customer. In other words, this is a direct selling, which is a direct selling, standard direct selling between a company and customer. For the consumer to government is a transaction between individual to government. Basically, individual using government website, such as using an IRBM website to pay taxes to a government body. Okay. For the consumer to business is a transaction between the innovator, which they will receive a royalty by selling their innovation to a company. So basically, this is a transaction between a consumer to a business, which is involving innovator who sell their innovations to customer. In other hand, they will receive a royalty fee, a certain royalty fee that are set up by the company which buy their innovations. Okay. So the consumer to consumer is basically a direct sell and buy transaction. We can see this example in mudah.com.my. So in the mudah.com.my, so there will be an auction. So auction of houses, selling of land, and so on. Meanwhile, the business to government types of e-commerce system, e-commerce type of business is a transaction between the manufacturer to a government. Basically, a manufacturer who sell a product or services to a government agency, and there will be a contract or tender for a certain period that they are agreed by both party between the government agency and also the manufacturer, or we call it company. Risk associated with e-commerce. First of all is the data authentication and transaction risk. So during we use this e-commerce platform, there is a security threat that the user such as a customer and also seller, where there will be a data tampering, such as phishing, data phishing. So basically, to avoid this kind of problem, there should be security authentication when using this e-commerce platform. Okay, so there will be the less chance that the hacker would steal the user data and bypass the transaction of the user itself. Okay, so for the user privacy is usually when individuals or customer want to use online sale portal, they have to upload a certain confidential information. So there will be a risk that this hacker can bypass that website and steal this confidential information, okay, such as telephone number, identification card number, or email address, or even a home address. So this is a confidential information. So to avoid this, the website itself has to have a user policy agreement or data end-to-end encryption, so that this hacker cannot bypass or steal this confidential data, and indeed would give us a safeguard to the user privacy data. Or product cost. Basically, the traditional way of sell and buy business relationship, the customer usually can touch and can look and can ask the seller directly on the goods that they want to buy. For example, dress or clothes, or any kind of goods or services that they want to buy. Okay, so in e-commerce system platforms, this kind of beneficiary is not there, because the customer cannot meet face to face with the seller to ask directly. They just depend on the picture that the seller put on this e-commerce platform. We can take some example is Shopee or Lazada. Okay, so because of these limitations, you see that if the customer receive a wrong item, so this customer have to bear the burden of the cost for the shipping. Okay, if they want to return the product that they receive wrong. Okay, so this is actually a risk to the customer in aspect of cost. Okay, for the refund frauds, this actually a risk to the seller, because there is, like a certain people who is a fraudster. They claim that they are not receive the parcel, the goods that they buy online, but actually they are faking that claim so that they can receive that kind of parcel without have to pay anything. Because that in Shopee platform, if you buy the product, the Shopee platform would pending the transaction to the seller, as long as the customer did not confirm their receipt on parcel or the goods that they buy from the seller. Okay, so if this fraudster keep claiming that they not receive the parcel, there will be a burden of cost towards the seller, because they have to bear the burden of cost of loss on fraud that this fraudster made. Okay, and the lastly is cross-border selling risk. So basically, for the international marketing, so some of the e-commerce such as eBay or Amazon, so if the seller want to sell this product overseas, so they have to bear with the high shipping cost or delivery, or even delivery time. There will be delivery time will be longer, because this transaction made cross border, not in the country, but between country and country. So this is actually a risk, because any kind of circumstances could happen to the product that the customer buy and the seller sell. Okay, the implication of using these e-commerce systems toward accounting profession. The first one is daily e-commerce taxes become more complicated. Basically, tax is complicated. The traditional tax filing is complicated. So when there is development in e-commerce taxes, so the accountant have to become more knowledgeable and have to upskill their knowledge, and they have to become more understandable on any development that takes on tax. Okay, so this tax accountant have to be more upgrade and attainment on the knowledge, because of the certain changes that occur in e-commerce taxes. Okay, and second is forced accountant to provide a value-added services. Okay, because of e-commerce existence, so accountant have to provide a value-added services toward its customer. Okay, so to its client. Basically, an accountant have to provide financial reporting services, or audit services, or secretary services. So because there is existence of e-commerce, so accountant have to become more understandable in certain development changes in accounting professions. And the third one is create a wide range of networking. So because of the changes in e-commerce system, so accountant have to create a wide range of networking with others accountants, so they can discuss and they can share the idea, brainstorming on how to deal with the change, the drastically changes in e-commerce system. So the next one is the needs of accountant to adapt with a new challenge, with the new change. Okay, we know that accountant have to become more adept with the certain changes in their careers. So this is also happen when we talk about e-commerce. So have to upskill or reiterate their skill, or even reskill themselves, so that they can adapt with this kind of new environment. Because before they did not know what is e-commerce is, because they don't use this kind of system. but after the e-commerce established, they have to be adept in that kind of changes in order to become maintain in order to become competent with the certain changes that they occur recently. And the last one is to accelerate on needs of upscale and reskill. So just like I elaborate, the accountant have to reskill themselves so that they can actually in line with the changes that happen in accounting profession itself. So we see that traditional accountant, they have to give a services on audit, okay, audit services, for example, and now they have to include these audit services with the e-commerce system, okay, with the using of of this new system, and have to combine with the traditional audit, okay. So this actually helps the accountant to interpret the online financial statement, okay. Basically it's like that. All from me. I'm going to pass the slideshow presentation to the second presenter. So I welcome Miss Suchitra Plopai to continue the slideshow presentation.
My name is Suchitra Plopai from Jirawut. Today I'm going to present about operating system and database management system control. Next, I am going to present about what is the definition of operating system and the test of control. So what is the operating system? Operating system is a software that being loaded into the computer by an initial boost program. So its function is to manage computer resources and controlling the flow of the information. Next, what is test of control? Test of control is an audit procedure which used by an organization to test the effectiveness of the information technology control to ensure information are operated correctly and the financial reporting report are complete and accurate. Furthermore, I'm also going to present about what is the definition of access and backup control. Now, I'm going to present about what is access control. Access control is a security technique which regulates to who or what can view or use the resources in the computing environment of an organization. Moreover, there are two types of access control, which is physical access control and logical access control. Physical access control is which limit to campus, building, rooms, and physical IT assets. While logical access control is limit the connection to computer network, system file, and data. Backup control allow a complete transfer of control from the primary control system to the backup system in the event of emergency or planned operation without losing the emergency operation control. And it's also monitoring the capability for the associated process system. That's all from me, thank you. Next, I would like to invite Lishalni to continue her presentation.
Hello, my name is Lishalni Krishnasamy. Today I'm here to present about application control. There are three types of application control. First one is input control, second one is process control, and third one is output control. What is application control? IT application or program control are fully automatic and designed to ensure the complete and accurate processing of data from input through output. These controls may also help to ensure the privacy and security of data transmitted between applications. Categories of IT application control may include completeness check, validity checks, identification, authorization, input control, and forensic controls. Application controls also related to the processing of individual transactions. Application controls includes just three: input, processing, output. Okay, what is the meaning by input? Input is which authenticates information enter the system. Secondly, processing. Processing is which verifies information being transmitted. The third one is output. Output which validates information being sent out of the system. And now we are going to see more detail about application control. Okay, input control. Input control check data for accuracy and completeness when they enter the system. There are specified input control for input authorization, data conversation, data editing, and also error handling. The secondly, processing control. Processing control establishes that data are complete and accurate during updating. The major processing control are run control totals, computer matching, and program edit checks. The last one is output control. Output control ensures that the result of the computer processing are accurate, complete, and properly distributed. And that's all from me. Thank you.